Hello, I'm Michael Wybrow, and in this short video I'm going to talk to you about paginated scroll views. So we've looked at scroll views before, and we know that scroll views can be either vertical or horizontal, or both vertical and horizontal scrolling views, where we have a window into what is a larger view. Sometimes we want a scroll view that has distinct pages. There's 5 pages and our scroll view shows us one of those 5 pages, and we can swipe between them and see the different pages. When we do this, we want the scroll view to understand that it's displaying paged content, and when it stops being moved, it should settle on one of the page boundaries naturally. And when we do this, there's a need to display which page is the active page, and in iOS this is typically done with a series of dots where one's highlighted, and the component that's used to display this is a UI page control. You can use this control separately than a UI scroll view, but you can link them together very easily. So one example of this is the home screen on iOS apps, where obviously you have a page of icons or multiple pages of icons, and you can swipe between them. And you'll see as you let go, it settles, and that's one of the pages. And this UI page control is something that's displayed at the bottom of the home screen. So how can we achieve a paginated scroll view? Pretty easily. The steps to do it are: we create a scroll view as we've done before, but for this scroll view, usually a horizontal scrolling scroll view, we make the scroll view's content size an exact multiple of the scroll view size, and we also just turn on an option called paging enabled for that scroll view, and that's enough to make it understand that it's displaying pages and settle on the page boundaries. The other thing typically we do is scroll views have an indicator that's displayed on the side to give you some idea of where you are within the larger view. We would typically turn these off for horizontal, both the horizontal and vertical indicators for our paginated scroll view. In terms of linking to the UI page control, when the user taps the page indicator, we just have an action set up so that we can scroll the view to the page rectangle that's being displayed. So if the page indicator says the active page is the 3rd one, we calculate the rectangle for that page and tell the scroll view to scroll to that rectangle. To handle the user interaction on the scroll view, when the scroll view finishes decelerating, as in the user's finished dragging it, we calculate the page position and we set the current page on the page indicator. So over here, this is the page indicator. Here's one of the views within our scroll view, or one of the pages, I should say, within our scroll view. And this screenshot is actually from an Apple sample project that demonstrates this pretty well, and I'll spend some time in the workshop discussing this because it does some non-trivial things like prefetching the images for the pages on either side, but not for everything at once, in case the user never bothers looking at the 5th page. It's also worth mentioning that we can achieve these horizontal scrolling pages or paged scroll views using collection views. So last week we had a look at collection views and how we could build more complicated layouts using compositional layout. And one of the things offered to us by compositional layout is orthogonal scrolling behavior. And we can set up our groups in such a way that we can tell it that we want a page either by groups or page by just screens of information. So one of the things we could do here was with the compositional layout, we could specify, say, that each group was 3 movie posters side by side, and that was exactly the width of the screen. And we could have it so that whenever we scroll, it scrolled by 3 at once, and we could just swipe through them. So we'll have a look at doing that as well in the workshop. Okay, thanks for watching.